Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
The modern day Mr. Rogers.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
This is Ace and Friends.
Fun, funny, and fast. It's the Friday edition of Ace and Friends, everybody. Although, I know it's the weekend, but this is a pressure-packed weekend. Pressure-packed weekend. Because it's not just a regular weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend. I think for a lot of people, Mother's Day has become more than just Mother's Day on Sunday. Like, the weekend has to be a thing. You've got to kind of build around it and make it all very special, which is fine. But, yeah, there's a lot of pressure. I think most people feel pressured to make sure their mom has a good Mother's Day weekend. When you were growing up, Riggins, did your dad stress okay, Mother's Day weekend, we're going to do this stuff, and
No.
It's important?
No, we did a dinner, and it was a low-key affair. Yeah, we made her cards or wrote her cards.
Did you, Rob?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
When you and because you had such an age gap with your brothers and sisters, did your dad stress, hey, it's Mother's Day weekend, we're going to do this stuff or that stuff, or was it just kind of a low-key affair?
No, we never did anything like that.
Like what? Which one? You never made it a big deal. It was always a very low-key affair?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my mom, because I guess I don't remember much because I was 10 when my parents split up. So I'm sure we did something like, she got a gift of some sort that we all got for her. And then after that, it was always a pretty low-key affair. We'd try to scrounge up enough money to take her out to eat. But I think a lot of times, when you're 11 and 6, you take mom out for Mother's Day, she's got to pay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Hey, Mom, for Mother's Day, we're going to go to a nice place to eat. And you get to pay for it.
Yeah.
And one year we took her to a concert on Mother's Day. A country concert to see Conway Twitty.
Oh.
We were little kids. I think I was 11 or 12. But it was really the only different thing happening in our town. It happened to be on Mother's Day. And I was like, I think she liked that. Now, my mom didn't care jack squat about Conway Twitty. But I don't know how I ended up with the money. Maybe I got it from my dad. I don't know. But I thought that'll be a really nice thing to do because that doesn't happen on Mother's Day. Yeah. Let's do that.
Sure.
And she had a good time. But in hindsight, look back and go, she could have cared less.
Yeah.
But she did like the fact that we tried to do something. Hey, this is something different.
Yeah.
For Mother's Day, a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But she wasn't, it wasn't like she was a big fan.
No.
Like that, she just went. So make your plans. Have a great Mother's Day.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
Ace and Friends. I have noticed something about myself that's pretty wild. I think a lot of people do this. A special voice that you have at certain times. Coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
I use voice to text a lot. I try to use Siri a lot when I'm in the car so I don't have to bother with the phone. And Riggins and Rob laugh because a lot of times when I voice to text, it comes out horribly wrong.
Correct.
It makes no sense. It's throwing in words that I'm not saying.
Yeah.
And I've learned that in order to voice to text or to use Siri, I have to be very specific about what I say because sometimes I'm driving, I'm trying to get the thought out, and I say it too quickly, and that's the problem. So I've realized, it dawned on me yesterday when I was in my car because it messed up a word and I got frustrated with it. And I have become that person. I have a Siri voice. Hey Siri, play. Oh yeah, sorry.
I was looking at all my devices, like, please don't register that.
Voice to text though, it's me like.
Yeah. A little JB in the morning. A little Justin Bieber. Did you mean Justin Bieber?
So
Your favorite song ever?
Let's say my voice my texting voice, is very tell them I will be there about 3 p.m.
Gosh.
You should hear my parents talking to the Amazon device in their house to play music. I mean, it's ridiculous. I should record it because it's, play Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay, you don't have to go that slow. But yeah, they got that major, like, robotic kind of delivery to it.
Does your dad use it more than your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
He always sets the playlists in the house, when they have people over or stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Do you have a specific voice that you do the same thing?
Sure, yeah. You try to enunciate and try to, so it's kind of natural.
And it's ridiculous.
So you don't, because nothing's worse than having to do it twice.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
It reads it back to you to send it? No.
Yeah, and then you're like, and then it doesn't give you enough. Yeah, it's a pain.
Now I got to start over.
Yeah.
Or now it goes off. Or now I would have been better off texting and driving.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not advocating texting and driving.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
You're about to hear a really sweet moment. One of those things that'll make you go, oh. It may not be accurate, but it's very sweet. Coming up next, hang on.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never weren't once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
This is Ace and Friends.
When someone tells you you're the most beautiful person in the world, do you know they're lying? Do you think they're lying? Are you the most beautiful person in the world? Depends on what constitutes beauty. This is a really sweet moment from a podcast, and a guy does such a great job of explaining to his girlfriend that what she considers to be beautiful is not what he considers to be beautiful. And I think there's a great lesson in here for everybody.
Sort of similar to the question of am I the most beautiful woman in the world?
Yeah.
I know that I am not the most beautiful woman in the world. I know that you don't even believe I'm the most beautiful woman in the world, and that is okay. If we're looking at it from a neutral perspective, you're not going to be like, Amy is the most beautiful woman in the world. I know that I'm the most special person to you. I know that you're attracted to me, and you're attracted to me as an isolated individual. Are you trying to tell me?
Yeah, I would disagree with what you're saying.
Am I the most beautiful woman in the world?
Because that's the thing, is beauty is way more. Beauty in a person is so much wrapped up in that.
100%.
And there's actually no one more beautiful than you. Genuinely, because there's so much in that. And I want to say that, because if you don't feel that from me, that's a big concern of mine. You are the most beautiful person to me because you're the mother of my children.
I think that is so great. And I think a lot of times that's something that I think a lot of times women don't necessarily take that into consideration.
Yeah.
That when a guy says you're the most beautiful person in the world, I think you're the most beautiful woman in the world, they don't mean physically. They may be physically attracted to you, but let's be honest. We're physically attracted to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But the thing that makes you the most beautiful person in the world is how you treat them, how you make them feel, how you react to situations when they need a hand or just need someone to support them, all those types of things. Being the mother of their child has a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
Watching a woman grow with the children and raise kids is a really beautiful thing. I just thought that was spectacular.
Yeah, he had the perfect. He even stopped her. He was like, "Well, you're wrong about that." I thought it was great.
And he even takes it upon himself to say, if you don't feel that, I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
And I don't think he's necessarily doing anything wrong, because if he's that self-aware to give that great of an answer, he's not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
She has to open herself up to a different perception. Her idea of what it is just different. She just kind of refused to believe it until now, maybe because she didn't understand what he meant.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Now, if nothing else, there's a starter on a good Mother's Day card for you.
Yeah,
for your wife or your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
You're in business now.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Yes, it's the news, but this time it's all good. This is the good news with Ace and Friends.
There's something that's come out that I think it's a genius idea. Dove Chocolates, just in time for Mother's Day, has launched a free career tool to help women close what is called the mommy gap. That's when there's a break in your resume because you had a kid or you were a stay-at-home mom. So you work for years, you have a kid, maybe for 3 or 4 years, 5 years until they start school. You're out of the workforce, and then you decide now they're going back to school, I'm going to go back to work. Well, a lot of times they would look at your resume and say, well, there's a big gap there. 5 years, you haven't worked in office for 5 years, and that works against you. But this thing is pretty great. It's called the Mom Experience Translator, and it uses AI to transform your, what they call mom skills, into job skills. For example, wrangling your kids, always moving around, just picking up and doing that kind of stuff. They would now say you're proficient in multitasking and operational coordination. It's just taking the skills you use as a mom and putting them into some type of business context. Now, on a certain level, I think it's kind of sad that we have to have that, because if somebody were to look at a resume, I think they should see, okay, you've been out of the workforce, but you've been working at home as a mom. So, let's talk about what kind of skills do you use there. You should be able to acknowledge, as a stay-at-home mom, you've got some great skills that you've picked up over the course of the past few years. But I thought that was a pretty cool idea. And I think I love stuff like this. There's a cool art installation that opened in Manhattan this week called The Portal. It's a live feed that connects this particular installation to another portal in Dublin. So you go up, and when you look into the portal, you can see people in Dublin. They can see you. You can see what they're doing. They can see what you're doing.
That's kind of weird.
So it's just kind of a social experiment. You just walk up and
Dublin.
I don't know if you, and I honestly, I just read the story. I didn't bother to click to look and see how it's all set up. Sorry about that. But I think that's a cool idea. Whether you go into a room or you look through a viewfinder or whatever, suddenly you're in New York, they're in Dublin, and you're suddenly connected.
Connected, yeah. That's pretty cool.
I mean, there are millions of ways to do that via the internet. But at least in this one, you both know that you're doing it at the same time.
And when you stumble upon it, it might be kind of trippy.
Yeah. There are, I know there are, I don't know any of them, but I know they exist. Places where you can just skip through and find people to talk to on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
And sign up for stuff and just.
Yeah, chat roulette is one of them where it just kind of randomly.
Random person
gives
pops
you somebody.
up, yeah.
But that's how bad things start. And people are like, what's up, you skank? And like, oh, no, I'm out of this one.
That could be really bad.
Ace and Friends.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Ace and Friends.
You are about to hear one of the wildest videos ever. So HOAs, people complain all the time. HOAs are out of control. HOAs have a time and a place. There's a reason for them. But again, you got to keep them in context. What's crazy about this video is, wait until she describes the quote-unquote HOA in this neighborhood. So let's just set it up. There's a guy standing outside of his Ford F-350 pickup, maybe a Ford 450 anyway.
It's a big pickup.
A big truck, big Ford truck. And he's standing outside of his truck when this lady walks up, and she's filming as she walks up. And she's apparently his neighbor.
That moved in, right? Yeah. Welcome to the neighborhood. Just for evidence, don't worry. I wanted to let you know that we've been chatting. There's no washing your car in the driveway.
There's no rule. That's not an HOA neighborhood.
Yeah, well, we have a group of people here, and it may not be a real HOA, but it's a club, and we think it's trashy. We're going to get you evicted from here.
Explain something to you. Number one is don't come into my...
I'm not sure why you're advancing on me, sir.
I'm advancing on you because you're in my driveway. In the state of Florida, let me tell you something. You come in my domain, cause yourself some problems, okay? You can take that any way you want to.
Okay, sir, well...
I can wash my truck
I feel
in my
like
driveway.
you're scaring me. I'm calling the...
Are you kidding me?
I mean, it's crazy.
Stupid.
So they have no HOA. They have a club.
We have a club.
First off, she approaches a neighbor for the very first time.
Yeah.
And she's filming, and her words, for evidence. Well, right there, you've put him on the defensive. He's done absolutely nothing wrong.
Why are you advancing on me?
It's just like the worst. Every part of that is just the worst.
It's hard to fathom that level of self-importance.
Yeah.
But that's what struck me the most was she introduces herself. Oh, you're the new neighbor? He goes, yeah. And then you hear him go, why are you filming me? Because he's very confused by what's happening. Just for evidence.
Yeah.
For evidence? Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm standing in my driveway about to wash a truck. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And you're now standing in between me and the front door of my home.
Yeah, she's got him. She's got him blocking the house, so to speak, now that when she walks up.
You're lucky. She's lucky she didn't get pepper spray. I mean, it is Florida. She's lucky she didn't get pepper sprayed.
Yeah.
It's probably the correct course of action when somebody does that to you. That's crazy.
I could not believe when I saw that video. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Well, we have a club. Good. Well, I want everybody's name in this stupid club so I can come harass you at your house.
Yeah, I'm going to go to your house and just start walking up, filming you, telling you things I don't like that you're doing.
For evidence.
Yeah.
Shut up. Ugh.
It's not even a real HOA. It's a club.
And we think it's trashy.
Ace and Friends.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
And years of research.
we've decided great furniture
Is good fitting?
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Ace and Friends.
I didn't realize how insightful some of the people who listen to Ace and Friends are because I guess, did we post something the other day from, it's inside my house?
From inside your house?
Yeah, because somebody sent a message and said, "Ooh, did Ace and Amanda move? Their living room looks different." What? And I was like, and I thought about it and realized, oh, wait a minute. The living room's not different. We rearranged the furniture.
Oh.
Was it
But I don't think
was
so.
it the video of your baby?
Yeah, it was. It might have been that. Yeah, I posted this video just, oh, yeah, we're playing with Dax the other day saying, hey, listen to Ace and Friends. This is my dad's show.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I could have said his name.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was that, though, Rob. I don't think it was that because I think that was done in the bedroom. It was done in the bedroom. Either way, something got posted because I had to stop and go, what is she talking about? Then I realized, oh, wait, a few weeks ago, we rearranged the furniture to open the room up. It's not the way you would typically see it as like the couch. It's a U-shaped couch, and the couch is not facing the TV anymore. The couch is now facing the front wall where the windows are. It's not facing it. The back of it is to that. So the whole room is opened up, which frees up a lot of space for Dax to roam and crawl and walk, just so he has a little bit more room. So it seems out of sorts, but it works, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. That's trippy, though. People are like, something's different about your living room.
Something is different about your living room.
Yeah.
I don't know what it could be.
Very observant.
That creeps me out a little bit.
It does. It's kind of weird when you think about it.
Yeah.
When I was looking in your windows the other day, it was different.
Yeah. I'm going to need a picture of your living room, ma'am. So
Yeah.
I can keep track of keep tabs on that.
What does your living room look like? That is trippy.
Do they still have, we talked about it a minute ago, though. I guess they do. Is that a big thing still? People connecting, just like randomly speaking to people all over the world?
I don't know. It was big in like the mid 2000s, early 2000s.
But it seems like social media would have ruled that out.
It kind of did. I think it made it, not as important because there's other ways to do it. But it was a cool concept.
Yeah.
We're just going to randomly connect you with people across the globe.
But I can't imagine the things you would see in a lot of those instances.
Yeah, they tried to tamp down on, like, you didn't want to expose kids to somebody on the other end that was trying to be nude or perverted.
Yeah.
But it led to a lot of great viral videos like, hey, I'm a guitar player in Scotland and I'm talking to somebody in Texas. Here, what song do you want to hear? And they're like, Ed Sheeran. And then you start ripping, it made for some great charming moments.
I totally get what would be interesting about that from the standpoint of it's like having an immediate pen pal,
exactly,
for lack of a better term.
Exactly.
It's the 2000s, 2020s pen pal.
Yeah.
You just connect and go, I'm going to learn a little bit about this person. I don't like this person. I'm not interested. Click. I just go to the next person.
Yeah. And you might make 20 friends that day. I mean, it was that quick. They would just randomly do it.
You might see 20 body parts you don't want to see.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get out of it before it gets bad like that.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Ace and Friends.
A woman living inside of a sign and the most popular songs to drink to. A couple of things you might find interesting today. Let's start with this crazy story of this woman living inside of a grocery store sign. She's 34 years old. Now, we've all seen videos. I can totally go down the rabbit hole on TikTok of the videos of what you can get for how much money, like in Manhattan.
Yeah.
How tiny some of the apartments are. And they have the bathroom is in the hallway and that kind of stuff. For $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But the Family Fare supermarket in Midland, Michigan had some contractors out recently to work on the building. And when they came across an extension cord, they wondered, where does this go? They followed it and discovered a hidden dwelling. A 34-year-old woman was living inside of a sign on the roof of the building.
That's amazing.
It wasn't a lighted sign out front. It's on the roof and it's in a strip mall. So the sign is like at the front of a peaked truss.
Yeah.
So it's way up and not easily accessible by any stretch of the imagination. And you can't even see the whole sign. It's hollow. And there's a 3x4 foot access door in the back of it, of this huge sign. Turns out she had it decked out. She put some flooring in there, a mini desk, a pantry, a Keurig, even a houseplant.
That's insane.
She'd been living there for about a year.
There was a guy that lived in a mall for like 6 years. Remember that story?
But I can see that easier than living inside of a sign.
Yeah, and he probably was moving around, so it didn't, like, he wouldn't stay in one place too long.
Yeah. That sounds like magical. That sounds like so much fun if you're a kid. You live inside, a store.
Yeah, but then you get to be an adult and realize this probably would suck.
Yeah, I'd be homeless otherwise. It's not as fun.
You're always having to move around, though. You got to keep you can't ever be settled and relaxed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a whiskey brand called Flask and Barrel found the most popular songs people like to listen to while drinking. All right, so we'll do hip hop and rock.
Okay.
All right, number one hip hop song people like to listen to when they're drinking, Yeah by Usher, followed by Low by Flo Rida, No Hands by Waka Flocka Flame, Temperature by Sean Paul. That's the top four. All right, rock songs, the number one, Thunderstruck by AC/DC. Number two, Highway to Hell by AC/DC.
Damn.
Number three, Sweet Home Alabama by Skinner. Number four, Back in Black by AC/DC.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
So if you haven't figured it out, people like to drink.
People go crazy
when they
man.
listen to some AC/DC, man.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
Well, I don't want to use the W word. A boy made a shocking discovery about his mom. It's uncomfortable. I'm not going to say it, but it's coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
This is Ace and Friends.
Part of growing up is realizing that your parents aren't just parents, they're people. They're people. They have hopes and dreams. And they have needs and desires, just like you do. The catch is, you might want to know about their hopes and their dreams. You don't want to know about the needs and the desires.
Yeah.
Nobody does. But this TikTok is going viral. We don't know his age, but he's about, you think 16?
16, 17.
I thought at first when I saw it, it was a couple.
You know. She had the son. We know that she was young when she was in high school when she had him.
So I don't know how clearly you can hear this, but we'll fill you in as we go along. He comes walking into the room.
What? Are you still awake? I'm leaving. Why? Hush. No, you're not.
So it's late at night. He says, he comes in from work or whatever. He says, why are you still awake? She says, I'm leaving. And he said, no, you're not. Yeah. She says, hush, because he knows where mama going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Henry Pick. My mother's not going to be a whore.
He just said, my mother's not going to be a W.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm not.
Now she's laughing. He's not laughing.
He walks right through the kitchen, right back to his room. He is not happy.
I'm not. That's embarrassing. What?
Yet she's still packing.
Yeah. That's just soul crushing.
Son, sit down. Mama's got some needs.
Yeah. Well, you know what you said? You find out your parents are people. You shouldn't find that out. That your parent. I didn't know my parents were people until I was an adult.
Yeah.
Long out of the house.
Like I said though, that's part of becoming an adult. At 16, you don't want to know that. You
shouldn't know that.
She easily should have been out of that house before he got home.
Yeah. You shouldn't know that. It's just, it's funny, and hopefully he's got a good attitude about it.
It's funny because it's not you,
Yeah.
It's funny because you're not him.
Exactly.
And there is a certain level of maturity that it takes to laugh at it, I think, or just to kind of, okay, my mom she's a young, and she's a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but I don't.
Booty call? You're like, really? Like, it's,
3 words you never want to hear together. Mom, booty call.
Yeah.
You don't want those paths to ever cross anywhere.
Ace and Friends.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we take pride in presenting.
This is Ace and Friends.
There's been a lot of talk about Mother's Day and who's in, who's out, where Mother's Day should happen, whatever the case might be. So now, Riggins, you see your mom on Saturdays for Mother's Day. And you see your dad on Saturdays for Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do if you're in a relationship and you have, let's say you have a girlfriend and she says, well, I spend Saturday with my mom. And you say, well, I spend Saturday with my mom. She said, well, I want you to go with me. Are you okay splitting those, or would you go your separate ways? How would you handle that situation?
I might go our separate ways. Unless it was really important, then I'd tell my mom, like, she wants me to go see her mom. My mom would be like, so chill, please.
Right.
It wouldn't even
But
be
would
a
it
blip on the
bother
radar.
you to not see your mom? Yeah.
Sure. I mean,
but you would accept it. That would be part of it.
Yeah, because it's important to her, and I would take satisfaction in knowing my mom's going to be totally cool with it. I can see her another time.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be a deal.
And your dad would be okay, like, hey, it's Mother's Day, but you got to do what you got to do. That's part of being in a relationship.
Absolutely.
Okay. Rob, what would that be like for you? Because do you and Meredith go together? Did y'all go together for Mother's Day?
Not usually.
Okay.
She's coming to a thing for my mom this Sunday. But I think her mom works on weekends, so she doesn't really do anything for Mother's Day during the weekends.
Okay, so they probably got together during the week or something, or would do it on Monday.
I think they went to dinner last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so you don't even have to worry about that. Would it be a problem if she said, I want to go do this and I want you to come with me? And you said, well, if we do that, I can't get to see my mom. She's like, well, next year we'll do your mom.
No, we wouldn't. That's not how we would do it. I'm gonna go to my mom. You can go to your mom. We're good.
Again, Technique Rob draws hard and fast lines. There are rules in his relationships. Mother's Day, I go to my mom, you go to your mom.
And
If she wants to go with you, is it okay, or does that bother you?
That's fine.
No. But if she says, if I go with you, why don't you come with me in the afternoon to my mom's?
I might do it.
Oh, you would leave your mom's to go with her to her mom's?
Maybe, because I'm gonna go see my mom. If I can do both, then I might at least consider it.
Okay.
Okay. Good for you. All right. That's good.
God, I just love the fact that there's, Meredith, there are rules. We've established A, B, C, and D. End of story.
Yeah, he's a boss.
Yes.
You can take a few pointers.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. It's my.
All right, calm down. Calm down, Pauly D.
We bow to you, Rob.
Ace and Friends.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
Ace and Friends.
I just realized something. Talking to Rob a minute ago about his relationship and the hard and fast rules that he has. Yeah, Riggins has always said that. Like Rob's a boss when it comes to his relationships. And it just occurred to me, like Rob's the Tony Soprano of his relationships.
Without question.
Like, these are the rules. This is how it operates. You don't like it, don't be here.
Exactly.
You can be gone because this is what I do. I'm in control.
Mm-hmm. No. It might be a 50-50 in some places.
Yeah.
But in a lot of cases, it's 100-0.
I think it's more 50-50 than we think.
Maybe.
Because I think one of the things that makes Rob's relationship with Meredith work so well is the fact that she probably feels very similarly and it just works together.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's fair, Rob?
Probably.
That she is like, well, I'm going to see my mom on Mother's Day. So you do whatever you want to go do. If you want to go with me, great. Yeah. If you don't, that's cool too. And he's like, well, great, because I want to go see. I think they're probably pretty like-minded because it doesn't seem to bother her that he's like, I don't want to go to St. Croix.
Yeah.
She's like, cool, my mom and I are going, whatever. Or I don't want to go this place or that place. Fine, I'm going camping with my friends, but I don't want to go camping. Okay, great. Have a great weekend. I'll catch you on Monday when I get back. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they're probably, they say opposites attract, but I don't think they're all that much opposite. They like to do opposite things.
Yeah. But the attitude is the same.
The attitude is a very independent attitude, and they're not hurt. Their feelings don't get hurt if the other person doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Has there ever been anything, Rob, where you knew maybe afterwards, boy, that hurt her feelings that I didn't go do that with her?
There probably was. I just can't remember one off the top of my head.
But never has there been a time that she's not gone to something with you, and you were like, well, that kind of hurts my feelings.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Such as?
I mean, there's been at least one. I mean, I know for sure. I just don't remember what it was about.
Okay.
What it was.
But you were hurt that she did not want to go with you.
Yeah. Or she assumed that she wasn't invited or something. But, and I was like, well, you don't have to be invited if I'm going to it. You can go with me.
Yeah. It's just nice to be invited. I get it. Yeah.
I don't play it. I don't deal with that personally. It's not going to bother me if I'm not invited somewhere. But
So she might be a little bit more sensitive than he is, but probably not much.
I kind of figured that, though, didn't we?
I don't know.
I think I would have to assume she's more sensitive than him.
But not by much. I mean, if she's fine, she's like, you don't want to go to St. Croix, fine.
Yeah, because the point is, it works for them.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, they have such a good understanding of each other that nobody's feelings get hurt. They both get to do what they want to do, and it works out great for them.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
Like when Rob lays down the law. I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not going to do that.
I know what I'm about.
St. Croix sounds like a dump.
Who wants to go to St. Croix?
Ace and Friends.
If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
This is Ace and Friends.
There is no way to properly prepare you for what you're about to hear. It's insane. Quick setup. It's a viral TikTok. It's a guy. He's 37 years old, and the freezer door is open to the freezer that's above the refrigerator in his house. And there's a package you can see that is, the freezer's full of stuff. It's got packages in it, okay? Now, we'll let the narrator of the show kind of pick it up there.
Adam Smith had been living in this apartment, taking care of his mother who passed away from cancer just days ago. He showed us a photograph of a wrap box that was in his freezer. He said his mother kept it inside their freezer for decades and told him to stay away from it. He opened it after she passed away.
There was a pink blanket, baby blanket, and when I reached down and touched it, and I could feel a foot, and I could see the baby's head.
Yes! Let's stop it right there, because that's all you need to know.
Oh my gosh.
What? What?
A baby. In the freezer, behind the ice cream.
That package with the baby in it had been in his freezer his whole life.
Decades. Oy, oy, oy.
What the hell?
His whole life. I don't remember. Do they know who the baby was?
It was the mom's child.
child.
They think it was his twin.
Yeah.
I think is what they determined.
Just take a minute to take that in. Imagine, picture your freezer right now. Or better yet, picture the freezer in the house where you grew up. And that package is in there. And you see it's there forever. And you think, like he said earlier, he thought it was a cake topper, like a wedding cake topper.
Yeah.
And after your mom dies, you find out, A, I had a twin, and B, it's in the freezer.
Yeah. And you find out it's not a cake topper because you see a foot.
Oh, God.
All because you're doing what you normally do in those situations and cleaning out. Like, all right, let's go through this and clean this stuff out.
Oh, my God. And unfortunately, you can't get any more answers. Mom's dead.
Yeah.
So then now you're on the hunt. You're like, who knew about this? Who can I talk to? I mean, that gives you a bunch of new questions.
It also messes with your head really badly.
I bet.
I mean, he's grown. He's 30. That'd be you or Rob. Riggins?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Rob's 38, you're 36, about to be 37. That would be happening today.
Oh, God.
There's no coming back from that. Like, this is going to take some. I got to go talk to somebody about that. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's he'll think about that his whole life.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And so will you, because that's the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day today.
Oof. More Ace and Friends coming up.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
This is Ace and Friends.
One thing about the internet is not short on opinions. So this is a feed that involves questionable internet opinions. They're saying it's gives voice to the voiceless.
I love it already.
It says, there I said it. A man who calls an acquaintance, or even worse, their own son, buddy, is a totally unmitigated tool.
Love that.
I say it all the time.
That's a hot take.
Hey, buddy. Hey, come here, buddy.
Buddy.
Yeah.
To anybody.
Yeah. But it should be commonplace for any friends or relatives staying over one night or more to bring their own toilet paper.
What? That is trashy. If you ask your family, hey, you need to bring your own toilet paper, then don't host people.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's ridiculous.
There's something goes along with hosting, But hey, this we can have opinions just like they can.
Sure.
There are few things more tragically depressing than briefly seeing your reflection in a phone screen while an adult video site with a dark background loads.
That must be depressing.
Being liked at work goes a hell of a lot further than actually being good at your job.
That is absolutely true.
You think that's true?
100%.
Would you agree, Rob? Yeah. Okay. I wish Heinz would invest some of its huge profits in employing somebody to design a ketchup packet that you can effing open without coating yourself in the stuff. I just want things to open easier.
But don't they have the new ones that you can open to dip or spread it?
Yeah.
Those are pretty easy.
The new updated package. Chick-fil-A has those. But if you can't open a ketchup packet as an adult, get a grip.
People who stand against the baggage carousel at airports, therefore blocking the view and access to luggage for everybody else, should have their suitcases blown up in a controlled explosion. I'll go one better than that, though. One that bothers me even more than that is if you go to the gym and there's a weight rack, like free weights there to do like barbells, and somebody goes and they get their weights, but then they stand there.
Yeah.
Pick up the weights and they stand there and start working out. Well, you've not only blocked, you've taken up the sets of 30s, whatever, but you've blocked the 35s, the 40s, the 25s, and the 20s. You're blocking a whole host of things. And now a collection of people are behind you, thinking what a tool you are.
Yeah.
I got to watch you do 10 curls till I can get to some weights and get back to working out.
It's like putting your shoes on right through security instead of going over to those little benches. Have a little bit of awareness of people behind you.
Yeah.
Ace and Friends.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
Ace and Friends.
One of the big dominant stories on the internet, social media this week, has been man versus bear. Woman feels safer in the woods with a bear or a strange man she doesn't know.
Yeah.
They make a big deal about the fact that the majority of the women are saying the bear, which apparently is supposed to say a lot about our society. But a lot of them, we were just goofing off. But so, where is this lady the mayor of? Charleston, West Virginia?
Yeah, exactly.
I think? Okay,
Charlestown,
here she is.
West Virginia.
Charlestown, West
Indiana.
Virginia. Indiana. Okay, I'm sorry. Charlestown, Indiana, and she has her own unique take here.
I'm the mayor of a small town in southern Indiana, and to get up to my office, you have to push this button. The reason you have to push that button is because we have a security door. Recently, a person came to visit me, and they were upset because they had to push that button to get upstairs to see me. But you see, the reason that they had to push that button to get upstairs to see me is because when I first became mayor, the first woman to be mayor in my city, a man who I had never met, who had never been to my city, who lived over 960 miles away in another state, became obsessed with me. He saw my story on the internet, and he started following me. He started calling me. He started emailing me, and he did not stop. And it got so bad that I had to get local police and even the Secret Service involved to make him leave me alone. That is why women are choosing the bear.
She makes a valid point.
Sure.
But I don't know if we've had enough contact with bears to really kind of take this all in a proper context. You know what I mean? I get it. There are crazy men out there. There are also crazy women. Remember that lady who was in years ago who drove from Houston to Florida wearing a diaper because she was going to kill that guy's wife?
Sure.
She was having an affair with her husband, found out he was married, and she was going to drive him there and kill his wife. I mean, that's crazy people, crazy men, crazy women.
Sure. But I've seen a lot of guys do it too. Women ask their husbands, would you rather have your daughter in the woods with a man or a bear? And the guys still choose the bear. I've seen a lot of that.
I don't know. That just makes no sense to me. I tend to lean toward putting my money on the human being every time. Maybe I think too many good things about human beings.
I think there's too many more bad people than good people. So I agree.
You think there's more bad people than good people?
Yeah, people suck.
God, what a twisted way to look at the world. I just couldn't do that. You think they're more bad than good, Rob?
Yeah.
Really, seriously.
People. I think most people suck.
All right. It's a little ray of sunshine for your day.
Ace and Friends.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
This is Ace and Friends.
We had a survey we talked about earlier. The average person stops being cool at age 39. That's when we tend to feel like we're out of touch and can't follow the trends. 49% of people overall said they generally don't know what's going on with pop culture. That's Americans of all ages, not just older people. Riggins, you're 36. Do you feel like you're cool?
No. I thought 39 is way high. Way high.
I think it depends on your definition of cool. Like, cool is different as you get older. A lot of times, just if you say, "Oh no, I'm a cool person," that means you're comfortable within your skin, your age group. So you know what I mean? I mean, knowing is if you're 50, is knowing the hottest celebrity on TikTok, does that make you cool?
I guess to some people,
to younger people it would, but it wouldn't make you any cooler to the people or your friends and neighbors that are your age. They're not going to think you're any cooler because you know that, because they don't care.
Or just cool transcend age. I mean, you know.
Yeah, so here's the way they looked at it. Was like, they said slang, for example, is the hardest thing to keep up with. 40% of the people said they feel totally out of touch when it comes to slang.
Yeah.
But again, their definition of slang is like what's used by high school and college people on social media.
Yeah.
So that's how they use that. Celebrities, for example, they use who's Jacob Elordi. I don't know.
The guy from Saltburn.
Okay. Oh, is that him?
Yeah, and Euphoria on HBO.
Got it. Okay. I know the two shows. I've seen them both. Didn't know that was his name. Could you pick Emma Chamberlain out of a lineup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I couldn't, but.
The arts, 34%. Name a famous artist in 2024 other than Banksy.
Other than Banksy. That's a challenge.
But again, that's a much smaller pool from which to pull from. You don't. Artists aren't really a big common thing these days. I don't think. I don't think the average person. Would your average 22-year-old be able to name an artist other than Banksy?
No.
There you go. That's to me that's kind of an unfair question. Like, Rob, you're 38. You're about to turn 39. Do you feel like you're cool?
Not by standards, but I think I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not according to the world, but
what does the world even know these days?
Yeah. Because I go back to that thing. What makes you cool is how comfortable you are at the age you are right now. Like, if I were trying to act like I'm 25, that's not gonna. I'm not gonna be cool. I'm gonna look like a ridiculous old man if I was dressing that way.
It's the opposite effect. Yeah. It has the opposite effect when you try to not be who you are.
Right.
Remember, I was on these Owala water bottles before anybody else, so I'm pretty cool.
That is true.
That's true. You're very, very true, Rob.
Damn it, he's cool, Ace. He just proved it to us.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
Hey, Rob, share what you just said as we were coming back on the air.
So me and my girlfriend have been using these Owala water bottles for a long time, but the other day she came up to me and goes, "So did you know that the Stanley Cups are out and the Owala bottles are what's cool?" And I said, "Yeah, I knew that a long time ago."
Man, been knowing that.
Hello.
I mean, where are you getting your information from? MySpace or something?
Yeah, the Stanley was like a flash fire.
Yeah.
It was hot and then it was out. That's another. So many things though die like that.
I think that people realized it was for older people after a while.
Well, it's
That's
the
what it
same
was intended for, right?
Right. It's the same thing that happened to, in my opinion, same thing that happened to Facebook. Facebook was hot. It was the coolest place to be. It was happening, and then your parents got on it, and then your grandparents got on it.
Oh, so it's when Meredith's age people got onto it. The kids didn't care anymore.
So the Stanley Cup became a thing, and it was hot with workout women first in gyms and everything. Then I think that then kind of almost worked its way down into more high school age girls, college, but I think it started with workout, like girls in high school and college that work out.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the Stanley Cup got really hot. And then it went the other way, and your mom had to have one.
Right. Sure.
And if you're 20 and it's really cool, and your mom's 40 and she's got 2 of them, suddenly you're like, I'm going somewhere else with my water holding device.
Yeah, the comparison to Facebook was exactly right.
Yeah,
100%.
It's just like Facebook, and now it's Instagram hasn't completely died off, but everybody's mom and they were on Instagram.
And now TikTok too. I mean, I can't imagine what that's like, being a kid and seeing your mom start a TikTok account. You just must want to jump off the roof.
Especially considering what are the topics that she discusses.
Yeah.
You know, how many kids have had to go to their parents and go, please, do not make another TikTok about how sexy you think dad is, or when you wear this you feel or doing one of those dances where you shake your butt. Please don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's that's awful.
Horrifying.
Can you imagine the Reagan scrolling through TikTok and there's your dad on there one day?
My sister-in-law tried to get him Facebook accounts when she wanted to tag him in pictures. I was like, shut your mouth. I'll shoot you. That's the other option. I'm going to shoot you.
Let's see you Monday.
Ace and Friends.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.